And how many can remember what a 33 car looked like back there? Or it's kind of run out like this and way up the back and chopped down for the spare car to hang on. I saw a vision that before the coming of the Lord, that cars would look like an egg. How many remembers that prediction? Is there anybody left in here? Brother Stewart's gone, and I guess it's 19 and 33 when we were having services over here. I guess just about all of them's gone now since then. And in 1933, when we was having meetings over here where that Church of Christ is standing now, the old Masonic home, the vision of the Lord came to me up here and predicted that Germany would rise up and put that Maginot Line there. Many of you remember. And how they'd be all fortified in there, and the Americans would take a great beating right there at that line. It also said what would take place and about Roosevelt and them things, how he would run and make that fourth term perfectly, just exactly the way it come to that. And also said that cars would keep getting more like an egg until the last days they'd be just in the shape of an egg. Now I said it'll come to pass that those cars will not be run by a steering wheel. It'll be something other to run. It's them cars they're bringing out right now, remote control for safety. Correct. You won't be able to enter into a city, then you 20-mile zone, you can just go 20 miles. You can't hit another car because it's remote control. See, it's going like that in it right now. And remember, I predicted that in 1933. And it will be that way too. For I saw a vision before the end time. That great, powerful thing stood up in the United States and should become as stubbles. So then, it's going to happen. I said automobiles will come like a shape of an egg. You know what a 33 car looked like. And I said they'll even be traveling on the road. They won't even have to guide it. They've already got that out. I see it here not long ago. It'll be controlled by electronics, like by a magnet post to cut their speed and so forth, the razor speed. They can't hit against one another and so forth. And I've got that wrote in a book since 1933. Now the fifth thing. Science will progress in such a way until they will make a car that will not have to be guided by a steering wheel. And the cars will continue to be shaped like an egg until the consummation, the end time. I've seen an American family going down the road in a broad way, riding in a car with their backs turned towards where the wheel should be, looked like they were playing checkers or cards.
It well brings to my memory what's wrote there in that cornerstone on that morning when we dedicated or laid the cornerstone, when the Lord woke me up, not knowing what visions was in those days. I'm looking at the chimney on top of the house, 5 feet or more from where I was sitting when the vision taken place 23 years ago, in 1933. Be about 24 years ago, I suppose. I'm looking at the chimney right now. It was long before I was ever married. I was single and home. We were just building this church. And we laying the cornerstone that morning when the Lord gave me the vision. I woke up and looked out the window. And it was along in June, and the honeysuckles or the buds are blooming. And there it looked like I went walking out or something, and I saw the Lord Jesus and saw my tabernacle, and He pronounced to me that this was not my tabernacle and got me out of the skies. Many of you know the vision because it's wrote and published, and I believe the 4th or 5th edition of nearly 100,000 books has went in 17 different languages.
And God in heaven knows that lays right there in the corner of that tabernacle stone since 1933. Wrote on a page of a Bible. Laying right there.
I'd like to read you a prophecy that was given. I got on, and many, by the way, Mr. Mercer, and many of them are going to take some of these old prophecies and dig them out and revise them a little, or bring them up to date and put them in papers. I'd like to read some things that I'd like for you to this one first. I'd like to read something to you. 1932. Listen to this. As I was on my way, or as I was getting ready to go on my way to church this morning, it came to pass that I fell into a vision. Our services is being held on Maggs Avenue at the old orphan's home, where Charlie Kern lives in part of the building. He lives just across the street now. And it came to pass that while I was in this vision, I seen some dreadful things take place. I speak this in the name of the Lord.